Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of the MTG Arena Run. Today we are going to be continuing our series on the 2022 Challenger decks for Standard. So last time we did the mono white one, that one went surprisingly very well. There are plenty of room for changes. I've been doing a little bit more mono white these days, and there are a lot of nice additions from Kamigawa Neon Dynasty for that one. But we're going to take a look at some of the others. This one looks a bit like a relic from the past meta. So we're gonna cash right in, and we're gonna take a quick look at Blue Black, aka Dimir Control. So as far as this deck list goes, it does feel like a blast from the past, and it's not even the best version of this. Typically when we look at a control deck that has black, we are expecting a lot of planeswalkers. We're expecting Sorin, we're expecting Lolth, we're expecting Sorin, Lolth, the occasional Professor Onyx. Nowadays in Blue Black, we get Kaito as an early card advantage engine. What do we have here what do we have here? Barely much. I will say that as far as card advantage goes, at least they gave us 4 copies of Memory Deluge, 2 copies of Thirst for Discovery. I will note that the Memory Deluge, not quite as popular as it used to be. It's still very good though. I see this a lot, especially in Azorius control builds. Is it not so much, but it's still there. We do get a single copy of Hullbreaker Horror. It's primarily more about the 2 Imrits and 3 Graveyard Trespassers. Yes, we only have 6 actual creatures and 2 Hall of the Storm Giants. So these are our threats. We really have to control the board. If we can't control it, we've practically failed here. And most of our control is going to be destroy-based removal. We do have Baleful Mastery as an XL effect, Blood on the Snow as a board weapon, Crippling Fear -3/-3, so that also dodges some indestructible. But for the most part, it's all about destruction. Infernal Grasp, Parasitic Grasp, Power Word Kill. Okay, Parasitic Grasp is more about damage. We have a single March of Wretched Sorrow. It's okay, at least it's the black option. It's no match to March of Otherworldly Light, which is the white one. So if we can't control the board early, we are kind of doomed to fail here. Also, why is our music audio that loud? I'm okay with... Oh. You can have a little music, but not too much of it. Okay, just some quick fix there. Sideboard, we have, well, even more removal. At least we have some cheap... We do have some cheap removal in Bloodchief's Thirst and Ray of Enfeeblement. We have Mischievous Cat, guys. This one's a bit of a weird one. I guess if our opponents are playing control, we do want to have this guy in. We have more specific counters in Negates. Saw It Coming. This is essentially a 4-off with the one in the sideboard, but it feels really bad here. I do love the Blood Vial Purveyors. This gives us a mid-range option if we need to beat down. Siphon Insight if our opponents are playing mid-range themselves. Duress if we go second. I'll be honest, I don't exactly have that much faith in this deck compared to the mono white. I would love to be able to make changes, but hey, at the very least, this deck did not... You can make changes to this deck without having to remove any particular cards first, like Faceless Sage. Also kind of them to give us the Hall of the Storm Giants. Even if this deck is primarily mostly black here, so super awkward opener here. We can Evolving Wilds for blue and foretell the Saw It Coming. We kind of need double blue for Imrit eventually. We are buying time with Hero's Downfall. We take not a big fan of this, but we would like to be able to see what our opponent is running. Also, a sick opponent's running mono white, so probably the worst time to latch onto a Saw It Coming, but we might have to do it. So if our opponent has the Luminar Ascension, Aspirant, I keep saying Ascension. But we do get to hold up between. We do get to hold up Sword Coming or Hero's Downfall based on the situation, so there is that. We probably will. If we have to kill a creature, we're gonna go Hero's Downfall. Okay, no Elite Spellbinder, so that's some good news. Lion Sash. That might be a problem. Probably not going to counter it because it's only counter point. Let's see where it stacks that counter. I want to stacks it on itself. That's about fine. There is the occasion. I should expect a Planeswalker, but we kind of need to go for mana efficiency here. I need to be able to do both of these if it gets to that point. We do hit the Hall. Though Hall of the Storm Giants kind of throws a wrench in our plans. I want to be able to play Imrit ASAP. Yeah, we kind of want to play Imrit ASAP, so we're not going to be able to do both. Because, if I were to say play the Field of Ruin, we're kind of... Yeah, we're going to be able to do it next turn anyway. Intrepid Adversary. That's fine. We can PWA that. We actually want them to spend the mana. He does not spend the mana. Interesting, interesting. It's still 2 damage no matter what. So we're gonna be giving up on Counterspell here for a bit. I will also, though at the very least, Imrit can hold this fort back for quite a while until we hit something really decent. Opponent can also choose to pump this one. They will have to eat their own graveyard, but I bet they would want to do that. It's kind of an argument. There is an argument for, say, taking out the Lion Sash instead of the Aspirant, but by taking out this... But our removal, we do have a few damage-based removal. This one's a bit awkward. Opponent's going to actually... It's gonna actually be very hard for our opponent to nuke this one. We can hold up counter magic next turn when we swing with this. We are still leaving the Lion Sash up, so we're kind of hoping Imrit can hit some of our removal, and we can still protect it with Saw It Coming. Yeah, I kind of got duped by the Intrepid Adversary. Okay, that's not too bad. Also, ideal figure. Okay, that's a bit on the bad side here. We can actually just smash into it, but they do get to kill Imrit in response. I say we take it for now, as bad as it is. But now that we know that Lion Sash is a threat, we probably want to advocate. There's a blood in this one. That would fight. Unfortunately, it would not hit the Lion Sash, which is a bit awkward. So I actually kind of want to hold this back and... Okay, so we're actually going to pass. I kind of want to draw a card, but now the situation's changed. It now makes me wish I did the trade much earlier. Opponent can now take out our card with the... right now the plan is to, even if we lose Imrit, it's kind of fine. Because the plan is really just to take out the Lion Sash. Although it's going to be awkward if our opponent re-equips it. Kind of a bit of staying power on that end. I kind of hope our opponent goes off a bit. Also, we might take this time to snipe one of their caves. Because if we're going to bring it back, we might as well get the mana for it anyway. But I'm more interested in the fact that our opponent could have a Valorous stance. That'd be a problem, but kind of don't have an out for that. Yeah, not looking very good. We probably will not get Imrit if our opponent's paying attention. But you know what? It's okay. It's about getting the Lion Sash off the board at this point. Opponent could still eventually get us with the Cave of the Frost Dragon though. But now we're on the lookout if they have Valorous stance. It's probably going to be a nice follow-up. Although a lot of their spells are creature-based still, so we can't exactly bring in negates. Duress doesn't exactly help that much quite yet. We're just gonna wipe our graveyard. Kinda fine. Oh, they could have eaten our lands for even more carnage. In fact, it looks like our opponent might have missed that. They were expecting creatures a la Scavenging Ooze. But now we are gonna die to Cave. We need to top deck removal. Sword Coming is still probably gonna be good. Maybe not that great good enough. Okay, we hit another Imrit, so that buys us some time, but we still need to hit our removal eventually because we can't just keep holding this back forever. Opponent eventually starts rebuilding their board. Lion Sash. Might be a bit premature. I could have Crippling Feared. Our opponent could easily start eating the graveyard. That would have been a problem. I'm also concerned that they might have creature here. Snipe this first. Because yeah, at 4 mana, this is clearly Wanderer mana, so we're gonna actually pass. Spellbinder, so still Wanderer mana, but we can actually just cast the Crippling Fear, take out the Elite Spellbinder, not worry about it too much anymore. Like it's super unlikely our opponent casts a spell on top of this. We're Trespassers. Nope, still not attacking. We're gonna be very careful here. We can at least Graveyard Trespasser some dirt. Buys us a little bit extra time. Oh, we won't have enough to activate ours, so kinda... kind of waiting for them to unload a little bit. I actually am fine with not casting anything because that means the Graveyard Trespasser becomes big enough. Opponent does go for it, but he can only stack 2 counters at most. Into a 4-3 and a 5-3, so the 5-3 is a problem. Unless you have a power word kill. I will note that I probably should start attacking with Dimir. They're at the point where they have so much mana that they probably have a way past the ward. Trap it again. Going for the full stack. Now, the reason I'm doing it like this is because I actually want the Graveyard Trespasser to live. Okay, we're going for this because we kind of want to draw cards. And we can activate Hall if we need that. We can actually see it coming and cast Memory Deluge if it gets that. So yeah, that was a very good Imrit. Although we are taking a risk if, let's say, if we cast... Actually, it's not so much. The Wandering Emperor's prop is a bigger risk for us. Qatar, sure. Let's actually just cast Memory Deluge right now. Crippling Fear. And probably want the Sod coming. So they take one creature. So we can't name... So unfortunately, it looks like our Graveyard Trespasser is going to die. But we're gonna swing anyway. Actually, we're gonna just swing first. So let's take No, we can't say human or werewolf. We're actually gonna let everything die, so we're gonna say Angel. Get our Imrit back. We have another Graveyard Trespasser actually, and since we can't cast Memory Deluge, we're actually gonna do that now. We're going to eat their Brutal Qatar. And yeah, all those turns of playing around their Wandering Emperor really paid off there. Yeah, opponent concedes right there. Look, we were definitely gonna swing around it. Okay, so now that we're going second, we definitely want the Blood Chiefs first. I think we want the Duress and the Ray of Enfeeblement and the Blood Vial Purveyor. Kind of how I did it last time in testing. What are the cards that we kind of want to cut? Probably cut one blood in the snow, Hullbreaker Horror, because that's too slow. I might cut one Hero's Downfall. We need to make a lot more cuts though. One Memory Deluge. Basically, we want to cut around the 4 mark. I could say cut another Blood in the Snow, just keep the Crippling Fears. Parasitic Grass is fine. There are plenty of humans in that deck. Infernal Grass. I think we can do without the Infernal Grasp in this case. Maybe we don't run the Duress. Or we just run one Duress, cut one Sword coming, because that's going to be at the slow side. Okay, so we're going to make the adjustment that way. This one, adjustments are not that easy here. The fact our opponent was run well, actually, if our opponent was also running Skyclave Apparition, it would be bad for Blood Vial Purveyor. So this is a definite key. Yeah, Ice Tunnel, kind of a budget option. It is what it is. Yeah, the Talia is going to be the death of us. I could have seen a case where we did cast the Jawari Disruption here. Thankfully, our winner is probably not a great one, but our opponent is kind enough to stack it all there. And thankfully, Talia is also human, so kind of buy some time. Unfortunately, it might the hopeful initiator might get out of hand. So does the Legion Angel, I guess. We'll have to see where our opponent stacks the token. Nice. We can definitely buy ourselves quite a bit of time. Oh yeah, we have to do Ruin, here, naming, Aderborn. So we are still in trouble with the Legion Angel stack, but we are at least dealing with it one by one, and we have a Blood Vial Purveyor we can use. I could also have played the Graveyard Trespasser, start eating their yard, but we kind of need something to block up first. Now, we would be in trouble if... We probably will be in trouble if our opponent does have, say... Apparition or Brutal Cathar. Look like they have it. The Aspirant is going to get out of hand eventually, so we probably need to rush the Trespasser first. Or hit the kill spell, that would be great. Baleful Mastery is perfect. I'm actually fine with that. Because what happens is... Okay, that makes it 6-5. I actually want to wait for combat first so that our opponent can stack the token onto the Legion Angel. Perfect. Which allows us to cast full price and not give them anything. Yeah, we managed to get out a very good one. And we have the Sword coming as well. Neat. Although Sword coming might be a bit awkward on our mana if we cast the Graveyard Trespasser. So we might actually want to pass on it. Plus also our opponent can just switch this on. That would start stacking a lot of damage. But I also need to be able to counter this. So I guess we hold back on this for now. Like if they go first strike on this, I'm fine with it. Who am I kidding? I kind of want to attack. Let's see, how many Legion Angels is this? 1, 2, 3. They can get one more after this. Okay, we wait. because they have enough mana to do either level 3 or Legion Angel. They don't have the mana to. They won't have the mana to do both. They chose Legion Angel. So they do drop a hopeful initiative. That's all. We are actually swinging for 10. So that's not something to laugh at. We just have to be careful of the ground creatures. Okay, this is going to be an interesting setup. I might as well play this as a land, I suppose. Nah, we'll hold on to it. So our opponent is now highly incentivized to get rid of all... Well, yeah, they're going to try to start getting rid of them or look for something better. Now, do note that Adeline, not quite it. Yeah, that's not going to win them. Ooh, we actually won. You know, I'm actually pleasantly surprised because in all the practice runs, it's always gone poorly. Yeah, I'm actually glad we made this one work. The first match was actually a bit of a nail biter here. In fact, it's starting to look like the sideboard is so heavily tuned against mono white. It kind of makes sense. Challenger decks are usually sold against each other. Speaking of which, I did not put up the deck list. So let's turn that on. There you go. But not bad. We actually got the win. Let's see if we can. Yeah, let's see if we can get at least one more, get our money back. But we're gonna keep pushing on this format. Wow, unbelievable! But you know what? I'll take it. I'll take it. Good job. I'll take it. I'll take it. Which I need to also take water. Don't ever forget. Okay, super horrible opener. This is usually also the caveat of this deck. You're gonna mulligan a lot. This one's keepable. We probably want to keep the disruption, so I might actually just bin the parasitic grasp. Although, if I knew this was our matchup... Okay, no, it's blue-red. Doesn't necessarily mean anything, though. Yeah, this is a Azul's Cliffs, so if they are throwing cards... Problem is we're drawing into way too many lands, and also this is the case of what happened. Like I do love Memory Deluge as card draw, but I feel like we could use a little bit more. Although it's our opponents just sing back and doing nothing. We will cast Field of Ruin. If our opponent goes for the okay, they did not go for the Unexpected Windfall. This is super weird. I'm expecting that this might be some sort of is it spells deck? Could also easily be what? Jeskai. Oh, it's a Hinata deck. I think our opponent is deciding if they want to go for Hinata now. Now the Kazul's Cliffs makes sense. opponent's gonna pass. I'm afraid to use the Field of Ruin until they activate it because they might be holding up something. Okay, we'll let that go. The spells that they choose will actually be a determining factor in what I should worry about. Unfortunately, it looks like the Crippling Fear is not going to hit anything. They go for another one. Okay, we'll cast it again. Really curious. As to, they might be sculpting the perfect hand right now, which is probably which is going to be a problem when our hand is like this. Also not gonna do the Field of Ruin quite yet because this could also easily be a Hullbreaker deck as well. That is a very big target, big thing to fling with Kazul's Cliff, so let's keep that in mind. Opponent did this Juari Disruption. Opponent is kind of now in the own. Now has to feel like they need to cast spells. Also, he Goldspan Dragon. Okay, so gonna go for the full. Let's hope the treasure token doesn't give them an out because we only hit. Because the power word kill's not going to take it out. And they have 1 mana left over, which is really bad. Look, they let it go. That's 1 main threat down. Now I have to worry about dealing with every other possible threat. Yeah, Crippling Fear is... looks like it's gonna sit out on the sidelines. Bloodvial Purveyor is probably gonna be a shoe-in. Opponent is definitely gonna be casting a lot of spells over time. They will also be generating their own treasures, though I believe Bloodvial Purveyor only benefits off blood tokens, so... Don't spend... yeah, Power Word kills a bit of a bust here. We're probably gonna auto lose this one. But now that our opponent has 6 mana, I'm trying to think if they have a use for Galvanic Iteration. Okay. Now, I've heard scare stories of Unexpected Windfall. We can counter one, but not the other. We might as well limit the number that they have. You can't counter the other one, unfortunately. Yeah, it's still gonna copy. There's no way around it. But we kind of limited the damage, so to speak. Confidence. Ooh, it's that style of deck. Okay, well so we need to hit our non-power word kill removal. It looks like our opponent might hit the jackpot here. They have 8 mana also. Here to reset. We're not countering anything anymore at this point. We really just need to actual kill spells. Opponent does have 3 mana floating. Well, they have 3 mana. They don't have. They have 1 floating. I'm assuming they have the other one in hand already, so let's cast the power word kill. They probably have it in hand already, so it kind of doesn't mean much. They already got us at this point. Yeah, so we're gonna concede this one. We're gonna make adjustments to our kill suite. Unfortunately, that means Siphon Insight comes in, Duress comes in, Blood Vial Purveyor comes in, Power Word Kill comes out. It hits Lier, but so does Parasitic Grasp. We can keep March. We'll keep Hero's Downfall. I kind of want to add Bloodchief's Thirst, although it feels super late. I want to add Negates. So we cut the Crippling Fears. Those are all going to miss. Hullbreaker Horror. This is not exactly our best possible matchup. I'm still thinking if I want to add, say, the Bloodchief's Thirst. Can't make up my mind on that one. The Hullbreaker Horror is a bit awkward here. Like, as soon as we cast this, it's not like we're gonna have a handful of spells, but I guess we'll keep it like this. I'm still thinking if we want the Bloodchief's Thirst though. Yeah, we'll just leave it like this for now. But yeah, we need to duress early. We need to start taking apart their hand as early as possible. I actually wish there were more hand attack elements here. Go blank is a very good one. It's actually what Orzhov uses on their sideboard. I believe it fits in this sideboard. Okay, we'll keep this one. We have the duress into the disruption. Although we won't be casting disruption anytime soon, but we're probably gonna go the duress anyway. And we will get to Memory Deluge soon. So that's pretty much our play. So 2 Goldspan Dragons. They have disruption. So these are their lands. I'm gonna cut the Expressive Iteration because they're gonna be so hard pressed for lands right now that I want to push that advantage. Yeah, as I figured, they're going to. Now, Siphon Insight probably doesn't exactly hit anything, but we can do turn 3 Siphon Insight if we don't Jwari Disrupt something. Now, they could have gone into more lands, so that's what they're trying to signal that they have. So, since they foretold what is presumably a counterspell with the Siphon, Galvanic Iteration. Now, Galvanic Iteration is actually a bit of a dead card against it, with Memory Deluge, which is what we're probably going to cast. Now, I could also just cast the Siphon Insight again. Yeah, I guess we set the Siphon Insight again. Let's see if we can bait the counter spell, which they clearly indicated. Okay, Alchemist Gambit. Lier is a good hit, actually. Alchemist Gambit, not so much. So we have to give up our Jwari Disruptions. They're actually casting Behold the Multiverse. I'm actually gonna go for the Memory Deluge because we do need another land, and we probably want the Baleful Master. Our opponent's definitely trying to set up a quick Goldspan Dragon, so we need to set up the mana for Blood in the Snow. I will note that Imrit blocks Goldspan for Blaze, so that's an option. I will note that our opponent can easily Fading Hope this one, but it will eat majority of their mana. they do have the security shelter to actually protect Goldspan if it gets to that point. Also interesting is that we can go Galvanic, although it gives them the Galvanic back. Meathook Massacre, which might be a problem too, because our opponent clearly has a lot of interaction. Opponent also not scared to throw Imrit away, throw one Goldspan away. They're probably just gonna do the security shelter thing. We might get into a show of confidence, but okay. So the question is, can they stack this into a 12? Not so sure. Moment of truth. I can either give them a ton. I can either give them a ton of mana, or I can just go Blood in the Snow. Let's just go Blood in the Snow. We're not gonna get anything back though. Can't complain, we have to do it. They might have counters for this, in which case we are kinda dead already. Yeah, disdainful stroke, that's good. So, as you can see, the Dimir Challenger deck is kind of designed more for creature matchups. It's not exactly designed for control matchups. I guess we could have kept some Saw It Comings, but yeah, it's really designed more against actual creature matchups, so not exactly our finest hour there. Anyway, we can still afford one more loss. At the very least, I want to get my money back, so I would like at least one more match win. But can't say for sure how. Oh my gosh, Streamlabs is offering a game widget. Let your viewers play tic-tac-toe against an AI while you live stream. Nothing says that nothing says your content is so boring that I would rather play tic-tac-toe with the AI. Now, that said, that kind of widget's actually useful for different kinds of streams. If it's like a soothing music stream where that might be the case, although I believe most streams of that kind, people would rather actually let the speakers run and all that. Okay, so here, yeah, mana base is going to kill us, but we do get to go Ice Tunnel, Shipwreck, Tapped. So the Jwari Disruption is going to be late, but the Saw It Coming is not. There is an argument for actually casting the Jwari Disruption as a land. Wedding announcement. So there is. So yep, it's all late. But now we still have to hold up Counterspell Magic. So we're gonna take this hit. There's an argument for using the Saw It Coming as a Saw It Coming and then just hold up Disruption. Opponent draws a card. Not well, it's one less creature to worry about, I suppose. Yeah, I kinda wanna need to hold the power word kill just so that I don't I have no idea what our opponent has Wandering Emperor. That's actually quite good. It allows us to PWK or Baleful Mastery as needed. Giving them another card is not ideal, but Professor of Symbology, we'll have to let that go. So So we might just have to use the PWK and the Professor depending on what they get as their follow-up. It will also allow us to drop Graveyard Trespasser, but we kind of want one more land so that we can hold up Baleful Mastery even at student cost. Although we're probably going to use the Graveyard Trespasser on the Wandering Emperor. Yeah, really need those lands. Also, make sure to take. We can afford to wait on that because our opponent already took the Confront the Pass. Not an instant, so they are gonna go Vanishing first to deal with this. They might. Oh, they discarded right. But we did blank one of their cards so far. Now we just need to hit our board wipe. Wow. Yeah, this is the main weakness of this particular deck. Like, ironically, it's better to actually just keep taking letting them swing for 2. But well, that's a lot of wedding announcements. We're definitely going to bring in negates for this one. This Nateful Stroke's actually a good choice as well. We can land an Imrit. We can also Hero's Downfall, Baleful Mastery that just gives them yet another card. We're still probably going to die even if we keep holding back Imrit. If our opponent just needs one more mana and a Rite of Oblivion. So we're gonna actually avoid giving them pressure as much as possible. Which does mean we have to use Baleful Mastery on them. It'll be a bit tough. Actually, I guess there was an argument for telling the Sun coming, but the opponent does have. Do they have another Rite of Oblivion or Vanishing Verse? That would wreck it too. Sorin.
For the sake of all Innistrad, I will.
So the problem now is we are not going
now.
to. Like, I can block this, but we will die to this. We actually need to kill both of them. It's doable, but we have to give them a card pull. As much as I like to swing with Imrit, that's not gonna happen. Opponent just needs another kill spell. They hit another. That's their 4th wedding announcement. Man, they really love those festivities. So we're not gonna be able to do anything about this. This guy's gonna be on holdback duty. Although I can just Baleful Mastery this other Shambling Ghasts to get that problem out of the way. Well, I'm forced to block. Opponent might end up casting something else, but yeah, as soon as the Imrit falls, that's the end for us as well. That's 8 mana. Massacre. Okay. And they still dropped the wedding announcement. Yeah, we couldn't really do much about that one. Why not? Yep, we're not gonna get past that. We're not gonna get past that way. So we definitely are bringing in. This is mostly control into tokens, so Crippling Fear is good. Parasitic Grasp, not so much. There are some humans, but not that often. So we definitely want the negates. We definitely want the Juresis. There are enough white creatures, but not that many. I kind of want to bring in Blood Vile Purveyor, so we kind of want to cut Hullbreaker here. We want to keep the Crippling Fears, maybe cut one Blood, one Deluge. One Infernal Grasp because it looks like PWK can hit most of everything that they have. We'll run it like this, not too... I might be making some mistakes in the sideboarding. Definitely would love to have a better option than Saw It Coming at this point. So we will get the turn to negate, which is kind of important. Well, it's kind of expected. We actually might lose Thirst because that's kind of our card advantage. We could also lose the gate, in which case, well, we just foretell the Saw It Coming because they already saw it coming from a mile away. They took the Saw It Coming, so I guess we're just holding up a negate. I do like to play Graveyard Trespasser, but we probably want to play Thirst first because we have a basic land we can discard too. So it looks like our opponent's pretty spoiled, but they have to do it, I guess. That's actually going to put some pressure on the opponent. As you can see, they're the ones running Go Blank. Right on your Bank Buster. We're gonna wait till we draw one card first before we unleash the Thirst for Discovery. Like, I could cast it now, but I don't want to draw. I don't want to end up discarding if it gets to that point. We're gonna still keep pushing at least. Leave that one. I should have waited for them to discard the card actually. That was my mistake. I got to end. I made a mistake there. I should have made them discard the card. Opponent could snipe my Hall. I think they're more likely to activate Hive of the Eye Tyrant, but they're probably also more likely to just draw with Reckoner Bank Buster. They're drawing right away. So we might actually want to not so this is where I wish we had a Meathook Massacre.
In exchange for loyalty.
have a temptation for them to kind of let it go, but they probably won't.
Aren't I generous? My words
Opponent
are
is
for
kind of digging for a board wipe.
ambitious minds.
No, at the very least, based on our opponent's situation, we can... Okay, they did get their land, and they did get the Wandering Emperor, so yeah.
I am the Emperor of Kamigawa.
That's it, but...
My judgment is final. At least there is blood on your hands.
Yeah, I thinking that goof up earlier with the vanishing verse on might have wrecked it for us. Opponent is now going to get a Bagbuster. Yeah, they kind of really unloaded there. We never got a good chance to cast first. I can see there's an argument that we should have casted a lot
Strike
earlier.
fast and strike hard.
No basics, but we can discard... do I want to discard both Deluges and the cast? I guess I discard that and ship that first. Kinda can't swing while the Wandering Emperor has some two up. By the way, see how our opponent attacks. Tree, okay, sure. 2-4. Let's see how our opponent... Probably...
Remember your training.
Okay, down to 2 cards. Trying to think if there's a way for them to gain. Oh wait, yeah, that they just do the -1/-1. Oh well. But they have to discard the card if they want to do that. So, well, that's how you properly use it. Although we are staring at way too many things.
Darkness.
Blood of the Snow would be great,
powers
so
for
we might have
annihilation.
to decide which one to prioritize. We need to make our land drops, so we're gonna go Memory Deluge now. Well, we are gonna make our land drops. But this is not looking very good for us. We need to hit a board wipe, if only just to get ourselves back in action. Yeah, this is kind of why Dimir Control has pretty much fallen by the wayside. Not completely
Strike
though.
fast and strike hard.
There are Esper Control variants, but yeah, there is no way Control is going to leave out the wedding announcement or the restoration of Aiganjo. There's so much value to be taken that they're not gonna leave it on board. It's okay. So we're probably gonna lose one deluge. I could hold up mana for the heroes downfall and snipe the Hive of the Eye Tyrant before they get the other deluge. But if we look at our board, yeah, we need a board wipe or we die. Can't exactly wait on that. And that's not gonna do it. Yeah, unfortunately we actually have too much blue here. And there's our Blood in the Snow, and there's our tripling here that we could not. Yeah, there we go. Kind of unfortunate for us there. Probably we should not have cut. Maybe we should not have cut some of those Blood in the Snow. But control is not exactly my strongest suit. I'll be honest there. But what does it say for this deck? Let's be honest. You kind of want to add white at this point. So the Dimir Control, the Dimir Control deck. It is a good way to get your Hall of the Storm Giants. It's a good way to get your... Okay, it's not a good way to get your Hullbreaker Horror. You're only getting one copy. Unfortunately, you're getting Imrit, which is not exactly a great pull. Siphon Insight is a good pull for this one. But there are so many things that you want to add here that it's not like, that's not funny. Like, you want to add the Black Planeswalkers. That's a definite must. Kaito seems to be a good fit in there. It's probably a lot better than the Thirst. You probably still want some Memory Deluge, but not that many these days. You also probably want... You definitely want Meathook Massacre. That's probably the one mandatory upgrade that you're gonna need. But finally, you also kind of want to swing towards the Shambling Gas package. You kind of need to accelerate Treasures a bit early. There's a reason why we see a lot of control with Black Run, Shambling Gas, Eye Twitch, Deadly Dispute, because that early start is very powerful. Not having that option here kind of hurts us a lot. Anyway, that's going to be it for this episode of the Magic Arena Run. Oh yeah, also a replacement for Saw It Coming. I'm starting to see that you might actually want Disdainful Strokes because the key spells that you're countering are mostly going to be 4 and up. The kill package is it's too much on individual kill. You really want to have more board wipes. That's pretty much it. Yeah, that's pretty much all the opinion I have for this deck. It's not exactly the best pickup. If anyone has actually tried this deck list and has had better success, do let me know. But anyway, that's going to be it for this episode. Thank you so much for watching. I hope to see you guys again next time. Take care, God bless, stay safe wherever you are. Have a great week, everyone. Take care.